Yo, Buddha, come on. Oh, chill. Yes. 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 We are we are back. We are back with another wonderful episode of I couldn't play that art school. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Larry on that. Yes, Lord. You know what I'm saying? Expensive couches for the intro. We are back once again with a wonderful episode of Art School. This is season 2, episode 2. You know what I mean? Special guest. My son is here today. You know what I mean? He gonna be chopping it up with us as we continue to do what we do. You know, as we continue on with this experience, I'm figuring everything out as I go. You know what I mean? So even trying to get him to pay attention to what's going on, you know what I mean, and the etiquette of interviewing and things like that, you know, I'm just working it out. It's Sunday. Today is Sunday the 25th. Yeah, today's Sunday the 25th, right? We here in an undisclosed location, rocking out, doing the best that I can with the people that I know. And today's guest is a close friend of mine's. I could say, like, most of the time when I do come up here, the people that I am talking to, I have relationships with them for over 10 years. And it's ironically enough, I have relationships with their families too. So, you know, it's, you know, sometimes I'm in the business and the industry and I'm just looking at, I've known this person for more than 10, 15 years, something like that. And it's crazy because that came out in my grades today when someone was like, oh, look at your grades in your bed. And I was like, dang, I've been around. Like, nah. And I can't find my baby. But today's guest, like I said, I've known for over 10 plus years. I've known his family for over 20 plus years. Known his family for more than 20 plus years, excuse me, right? Because I don't want to mispronounce anybody's pronouns in this world, because you know pronouns and all this other stuff is wacky fish. I would like to introduce a DJ, an entrepreneur. Oh, yo, so shout outs to my son for just stepping right in and introducing today's guest, DJ Exclusive, y'all. Let's give it up for him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, a DJ, an entrepreneur, right? A community activist, right? Para, right? What else? A hustler, you know what I mean? Overall good guy. And today's class, I wanted to, you know what I mean, get into the music realm. I wanted to talk a bit about film with you because my man could tell you everything about every movie that ever came out, ever possible. You know what I mean? Like, we sit, you know, in the crib. Yeah, this guy's a human music library. I mean, movie library. And, you know, as I exchange music with him at times that he may not know nothing about, he exchanges things and theories and talks about film in the same way. And I really respect that. And that's...
Mickey Mouse is Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, and we also talk about Mickey Mouse and his origins too, and what Disney is doing out in Florida and all that wacky stuff that we gonna get into too. So, you know what I mean? I just wanted to bring to our school another student who practices his craft daily, you know what I mean? Fresh off a crazy block party, right? My man, you had like 3 bottles.
Yo, not for nothing, I'm still trying to survive this day. Cause not for nothing, I got like a half a bottle of Henny I'm trying to finish.
Oh man,
I gotta finish. It's only right.
yeah. I grabbed my cup of Henny and I had poured some soda in it, and nah, it wasn't even hitting. I just realized that I can't do that, man. I'm not that guy.
It's ways to loosen up the Henny. You know what I mean? You know, best way, apple juice. Any dark liquor, apple juice. This is a little cheat code for most people that don't know.
Yeah, you wanna we don't need a cup of 9. Just put it over there. We'll come get it if anything. Yo, man, shout out to my man Unky once again, James Bond. Yo, like.
You saw all the nickels here?
No, it's not the nickels. There's the quarters. But right, we
Where'd
was
the pennies go?
they probably down there. You know what I mean? Part of the.
All my pennies.
All right, so just put it right here, or put them on the paper right here.
The paper ready?
Yeah, I got you. Right.
Mellows on it. Yeah.
Yo, so like as we was, as I'm going on and things like that, you know what I mean? This is one thing that's really important as far as journalism is to, try to work on it no matter what. You feel me? So if you got to bring your children up, you know what I'm saying, and all that good stuff, do that. But I wanted to do, like I said, we bringing on DJ Exclusive, my mans, you know what I'm saying, East New York native, right?
Yes,
Tell me a little bit about that upbringing, you know what I mean? Because, at times we have discussions where you talk about like it's more like a Brownsville thing, but then you move to the East, but you got a lot of roots in the East and things like that. So give me a little bit about your background and where you coming from and all that good stuff.
Semi-bit raised in Brownsville, Mother Gas in Southside. If most people know the vibe, they know the vibe. We moved out there early 80s, and then when I was reached 86, we moved out 90. So 4 years I was tapped in Brownsville, and then we moved to the East from 90, and we lived out there since then. But I'm active and everything, trying to be entertaining wise. I started writing comedy, believe it or not, before I got into the music. Just thinking that everybody was trying to cut on me, trying to say I'm short, or I'm fat, or this and I'm that. You always gotta have some punchlines, right? You always gotta have some comebacks. So that was a main thing for me, trying to write some comedy before I got into.
What was your first joke?
Oh, it's more. Tell you the truth. The mama jokes was always funny, right? To people who can't handle the mama jokes, because it's never true. It's just the ha-has, right? And not for nothing, I got a close man. He never liked it, but we used to always cut on his mom because his mom had a kooky eye. And not for nothing, that was the most. If it wasn't like the most shut down this joke, I would make people laugh, right? If you get on her. God bless her soul, but we know we love her to this day, right? We're not even gonna mention no names, but still, the whole point where I can't remember the joke, but the point where I made people laugh because of it, he was upset because he know how real it was. But it wasn't the fact of that, we ain't get into the fights.
This is like
where the person snapping on you stops. That's how you know you got him.
Penny.
It's your favorite penny?
You got him in the jaw, you got him in the gut, whatever it takes. You got to stop him from cutting on you. Get him.
So you saying comedy was your first love? You would say
it started, yeah. It started again. Watching, Arsenio Hall growing up in the early '90s, late '80s type. You see, staying up late nights. You'll see the Arsenio Hall show. You see him making people laugh and making people cheer on with the hoo hoo hoo. That right there was like the pinnacle of like, I could do this, If he could make me laugh, I think I could make somebody laugh.
That's fire. I never really knew that. Why you don't got no Arsenio Hall's t-shirts though?
Nah, I'm just saying that wasn't the main guy, but as an example.
Yo, if this one thing that I do know, this guy has a lot of t-shirts, and yeah, he's an avid t-shirt collector too. You know what I mean? Shout outs to everybody that's out there that rocks with just nifty t-shirts, man. I appreciate your t-shirt
You know what
game.
it is too? No holds bars. I support a lot of people, right? Regardless what race, right? And the crazy thing is about the t-shirt game that I am in. I even try to do my own little, dabbing in the game, right? And it kind of brought revenue in my eyes to state that this game is so open, right? Now, where I feel that people don't really take the game fully fledged on is the fact that they stop making t-shirts and do something else, or they style of t-shirts don't fit. You give them pointers, they don't go at it, So that's when it loses my credibility. I'm not going to support this because it don't fit me. Comfortability got to be the main thing versus the style. Fashion.
Come on.
I feel you. So,
The Mickey Mouse Rachel with the dog.
oh, your fingers smell like penny mania. Shout outs to Unky with the pennies that's holding it down. You know what I mean? To occupy his mind time and things like that. I don't throw the phone in his face and anything, so I just do what I can as possible. But back to man, I try to do the best. Well, I work on it. I ain't gonna say try. We take that out of our vocabulary, right? We take a try out of our vocabulary. Yo, so you said comedy's the first love, right? In a sense, right? Not Arsenio, but you just admired the craft of comedy, right? To make someone get rooted, cheered, and things like that, whatever the case may be. But I also, through our conversations, I always hear you talk about film earlier, too. So, you know what I mean?
So, with
is it film music? Is it film DJing? Or is it like comedy DJ film?
Again, it's being entertained.
Okay.
Right? I love to be entertained just as well, seeing others to be entertained. So, you know how you used to have family members come over when you was young, and they'd be like, oh, dance for me. I wasn't that type. And the crazy part, I was a dancer, right? I used to be in the Flex and Brooklyn Wave. So my story could be written as a book, a good, chapter book.
I gotta get when we do the credits, the edits on this, we gotta get it. You the best, dada. You the best, dada. Yo, I'm gonna be real with you, right? This is part of Podcaster too, and we're gonna continue on with your story, but if you don't know nothing about no Flex in Brooklyn, don't come talk to me about you. No, look. We're going to do it one by one so we can count them, right? All right, so
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
yeah, we got to count them correctly. You just don't pass them on there. If you don't know anything about Flex in Brooklyn, you're wilding. You're not a real New Yorker. I don't want to hear anything that you're talking about. If your cousins wasn't in the crib watching it with you or nothing like that, you was not. What was you doing? What was you really doing? But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Again, we're
had one of those moments.
Being the type of kid that like to be entertained, I always was the type to always make sure I had the, have the music set, had the movie ready, or know what movie to watch, or know what was the game plan. So to be entertained for that night. So my house was always oriented to company come over, you make sure company is greeted. They were always welcome. So that way when they decide to come back out, they more than welcome want to come over to your space. And vice versa, you want to be able to go to their space and feel comfortable. So always complimenting to the point of making sure somebody is good or want to make sure they entertain is what I was groomed in to be, as the man I am today.
Yeah, the 90s was really like that time where we really had to be entertained too in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you weren't, you would fall victim to the fuckery out here.
So dig this.
Excuse me, Buddha.
I have 2 older sisters, right? I'm the only son my parents had, only boy. Now, I had to find my own brothers in the streets. You know what I mean? I have family members, cousins, and so forth and so forth. But even so, like, you know how they say that one boy that always hang with the older heads gotta make sure he ain't, wilding out. I was one of those. I paid attention to what the older heads was telling me, regardless if they were the gangsters or they was the guys that was the 9 to 5 dudes. So to know how, pardon me, to know how to maneuver around these streets is like one of my big things as far as like being an entertainer, because nowadays you got entertainers getting boomed out here. So in that sense of paying attention to the streets, my upbringing has to come with some respect, some mannerism, right, around the people that's around. Being a DJ gave me that kind of pass to a lot of shit that's going on, part of my French.
Yeah.
But the idea though is it's still not safe out here for nobody. You know, Jam Master Jay, how many other DJs that got murdered? It was just enough for him alone, as you know, the icon that he was. So while I still continued to be a DJ, was more of, again, still wanting to give the people what they want, to be entertained. In the sense of, you got DJs now who doing it, and it opens so many lights on the sense of comedians, restaurant owners, any type of business besides DJ, or you know, DJ help their business grow. That's still entertaining the people. So if that's able to help them, why not can't it help me?
I appreciate that. You know what I mean? There's one thing that we fall victim to, and that's the lack of entertainment in a productive way, right? And you said that you was around, you know, the 9 to 5 and the street, you know, and things like that. And that's what happens a lot. But it seems like yours is balanced in a sense where, you know what I mean, you become
gotta find that balance, man. Without it, you find yourself in a place of chaos.
Yeah, you be around too much of the hustling to get you burnt. And sometimes when you around the 9 to 5, you lose that perspective of what it's like to hustle in another sense, where you get complacent and things like that, you know. So then we coming into the Flex in Brooklyn. I want to go back to that because you spoke about that time. Were you DJing, or was that a time where you felt like, you say you was dancing, you wanted to do that?
So skipping, let's say I want to start 6th grade of elementary, because at my time of growing up, elementary started at kindergarten to 6th grade. Now when they cut all the fundings and everything like that to make elementaries to go 5th grade only, kind of scared me, but I understand what it is getting these kids prepared for junior high school at an early time. So now they setting things. But let me not get sidetracked. The whole point, when I was dancing, I started dancing at 6th grade. I got into it because of a cousin of mine who was into the music, mostly just dancehall music, and you know, the roots of, you know, being in the dancehall music, of course, you know, was foreigners, West Indians. My cousin's Jamaican, Bayesian, and with those combinations, it opened up the doors for me, in a sense, and the eyes and ears for me, because what wound up happening is, you know, you're gonna start tapping your head, you're gonna start tapping your feet, right? You're gonna love the music, you're gonna appreciate the lyrics that's coming out now. You know, I may not understand it at the time, but I understood it by just taking my time and understanding it, right? And it grew on me just like anything else, where I'm watching other people move. I see other people dancing in the street and moving a certain way. So now I'm able to, like, not really imitate, but use it at my capabilities to say, if I could move like this, I could put these two type of moves together and come with a whole new style. And as big as I was at the time, a lot of people didn't see that to be like, oh, it's not normal. It's tell you the truth, I was like more of the exclusive in the hood. So when I came into junior high school now, I started using the word because of a close friend or classmate in the class kept saying exclusive a lot. That's exclusive, this is exclusive. Now, we were using that in a sense of like, if it was whack or if it was bootleg, how we kind of use copyrights today. That's a new term if y'all know.
Copyrights.
But with that term right there, that was like my little, you know, classmate terms of, if we see something out of whack or something crazy, well, if it's good or bad, we'll say exclusive. That's exclusive. You know what I mean? We had a little laugh at it. So I took it up to be like a full market thing for myself, calling myself exclusive, because not only the gear that I rock or the way I put things together, it was something always brand new with me. Regardless, it was just not my ways, but just my trend of things moving around with my peoples.
Yeah, one thing about when we talk, we already there, right? And I was gonna get to that where you get your name from, but you just explained that, so you know what I mean.
Again, exclusive. Me being a comedian, a DJ, or even a dancer in between those times, I had to have a name that sticks out. I ran through some names. I ain't gonna really mention so many, but I had some names.
So real quick, right? I was gonna ask you that because I went through a couple of names too, to, I guess, brand myself and things like that. But when we talk about brand, I'm just looking for a one-word answer when I name these places. The Ark.
Okay. At that time, I'm still going by exclusive.
No, I'm saying what to describe the Ark. One word to describe the Ark.
Oh, one word to describe it. I mean, still, okay. And I'm gonna use this a lot for everything. And the reason why I say this because at that time, it was an eye opener, right? For the people that was going in from before me, after me. Well, now it can't be because there's no more, but still, people that was going there at that time, every day was something new. Even though they may have the same theme every week, but who might pulled up with something new. People may come through with the newest Jordans that didn't come out yet, or the newest Vanson that didn't come out yet, or whatever the case may be. It was always exclusive with the Ark.
What is that?
It was always exclusive with certain places in Brooklyn or even in New York City during the early 2000s.
I got a next one for you. Elks.
Oh man. All right, so the Elks to me was highly exclusive. Why I say that? Because this place brought the stamp to teen parties that teen parties didn't know what's going on now. Like they can't even exist without the Elks. Like it's it takes a lot of words out of my mouth because that place alone, like after that I had my first a second major booking in that spot, right? And rookie days as a DJ, right? This is the transformation where a lot of DJs was moving from records to CDs, right? And I had to carry my best of the best 12s, 45s, just to make sure whatever CDs that I didn't have, or rhythms or whatever rap song that didn't come out, I either had it on record and I never transferred it over, or I just got to get it on, download it some way somehow and put it on CD. But I still made it happen that night. And not for nothing, I still get booked to this day from that same promoter. And it's just so crazy because when I do his birthday party, we always bring up that night, like how I was the only dude that came up with records and CDs while the dudes just had their CDs.
Yo, that was part of the industry too. And today kids don't even know what CDs are. That's crazy.
And it's crazy because some know what records are. So it's backwards. It's like the technology is really backwards because you gotta know all forms. You can't just be stuck with one. Like if you're gonna talk about stream my music, bro, do you got videos?
Yo, what's one thing as we, we get halfway through this podcast, I'm looking at it and I'm saying to myself, I didn't even get to introduce myself. Yo, it's your host, your boy, MightyMath, a.k.a. Daddy Durag, a.k.a. Slim Thuggin, a.k.a. Professor X, because I handle all my business sitting down. I just forgot that. We're almost halfway through with this pod, and I'm talking to DJ Exclusive. We discuss your comedy, growing up, like that's what you wanted to do, your DJ.
I still write, believe it or not. I still, got a little stories to tell, but the idea where I don't put it forth, the spirit anymore.
Mommy, we got for this.
It's too much. I get brain farts. I'm trying to be human with it. I get brain farts.
I mean, we all aliens. I thought I seen one last night. I'm not even gonna front. But then I was looking at my boy's page and I said, oh yeah, he wasn't the only one that seen it. And shout out to my man Josh, who had on the Velveeta True Religion hoodie last night. That joint was actually fly. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to my guys with the sparkly feet on. You know what I mean? It was really cool. You know what I mean? We celebrated y'all annual block party and things. It was a little last minute, as you were saying, but the thing is that, like you said, you was getting it together and you got it done, and that's what matters at the end of the day. And being a part of the community, that's really necessary.
First thing first, let me just give a big shout outs to my block association. From my big sis from Jersey holding it down to my sisters and neighbors, everybody that support. That's the main thing about doing these events, right? As a DJ, right? Being a activist for your community, or being that type of guy where you want to see people develop in a good, positive way, right? When we do these events, we want to make sure our kids' safety and their enjoyment is up in the highest degree of positivity first. And with that being said, it's more in the sense of, if we can't have this event, what are we doing for our block?
What are we doing for our community?
What are we doing for our community? Because not for nothing, this is supposed to show that we can come together as a block first, and then as a community to have these events to just, for the well-being of our neighbors.
And another thing is, to show people that we can face adversity and actually get over it, because they were actually stopping a lot of the block parties in East New York because of the, the violence or whatever that they saying is happening. And it was like, yo, we're going to shut down all of these blocks because one thing happened all the way over there and stuff like that. Or, and what I looked at last night, what I looked at yesterday was, no matter what the case was, you got it done. And as someone in the community, like, that matters, and it makes you a better person. And I just want to give you your flowers on that, man, because that's what's up, man. You. That's definitely the move. We're continuing on. It's Our School episode 2, season 2, episode 2. I started this back 2019 with S Street Media. Shout outs to Math and everybody over there. You know what I'm saying? And things happened and the world shut down, and we got the opportunity to... Come on, man. Come on over here. Please? Thanks. All right? Come on. Right? And I'm just thankful once again, and I'm going to keep saying that, right? Another thing that I didn't say was I cannot keep this going without mentioning my God is the greatest. And he's going to continue to bless me and keep me going. Yo, stop. I shouldn't even have to do this on the mic. You feel me? That's real life too. And I'm sorry, as some parents might see this or whatever and be like, nah, but it'd be like, sometimes you really got to talk to your kids like that. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, next up, we continuing on with DJ Exclusive, myself, MightyMath. I'm here with my son, Mello. You know what I mean? It's been up and down. And
he's active like he always be, man.
Yeah, man.
The timing, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this guy to
the old times.
Highly intelligent, man.
Yeah, man. That's another thing about this too. It's rough, I'm not even gonna lie, and I feel like I just had a human experience on camera, and it might come back to show you that I'm real, that I'm real, I'm real, I'm real.
Let me tell you something about me.
I got it.
You don't know the real me, then you didn't know me at all, because that's the only person. I'm the only person that could be the realest at any type of degree, right? And what I mean by that is to state that you're not gonna get any variations of me. Like, you're rarely gonna see me cry, you're rarely gonna see me upset, you're really gonna see me down and out. anytime that I'm feeling like a situation might spur up or anything like that, I move away from it because I know one thing: I either can't handle it. I really can't. I can't handle a lot of things that's going on in my own situations too. Understand that makes me supposed to make me human, right? Nobody's in this world perfect. You know, we want our kids to be perfect. That's going to be a problem because at the end of the day, they got to go through tribulations themselves to know what's good and what's not. So him playing himself, him playing with the coins and doing all this, he got to know when he get older and he decides to have kids himself, can't be doing that. It's too much. Because when I used to do it, I got stopped.
I know. So we talk about film. What was your first film that you really went to the movies to go see? What was
first movie? No cap was Mario Brothers. When they live action the Mario Brothers with John Leguizamo.
Yeah, that was trash.
No, let me tell you something.
That was trash.
The possibility of them doing a video game movie was the hype at its biggest degree back then. You have to accept the good, the bad, the ugly. Because if you don't, then you're always going to think every video game movie is trash. Now, after that was Mortal Kombat, right? And in that sense of watching that movie, everybody know that was the height of what it was. But then you grow older and understood what the movie was about. You're like, nah, this is trash.
That movie was trash. And we don't think that I'm just doing this for the camera, right? We talk about this all the time. Like,
your own critic, bro.
Yeah, this guy, he has
a long list of movies I could point out that you may think is trash, right? But at the time, for me, it struck a nerve that was right because it was so cool at the time. Like, you gotta give it up for at that time.
Nah, I'm just saying to myself, like, sometimes movies just gotta be called what they are, bro.
Okay.
Garbage. That was garbage. I remember it. It was trash.
It's so cool. I don't knock the house on it.
Top 3 films of all time.
Oh, I got that kind of easy. Okay, boom. I'm gonna go with right now. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, with Quentin Tarantino's movie, what he did with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio. That's one of my faves. I want to go with the Marvel series. Why? Because watching them, you can't say one is good than the other. You gotta say every movie and show. Sorry. And last, The Warriors. Why I say The Warriors, and I'm not talking about the boxing or the UFC movie. I'm talking about the gang banging movie from Coney Island, The Warriors. That's the most pinnacle movie that should make anybody want to be in a gang. I'm sorry, like, if you didn't want to be blood or cuz, you would want to be a warrior. I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, speaking of warriors, right? There's another connection that we share too with the BME thing. You know what I mean? Horse deck.
Love my deck, by the way.
You know, that's another thing that should happen within your community. So if you out there and you're a part of any social group, you're a part of any teams, circle, whatever the case may be, it's vital that you put your peoples on. If you don't, that shit is weak.
Let me tell you this. Being a DJ in Brooklyn, right? It is so congested. You have to be in like at least 10 teams to at least try to make it in some type of door lane. Reason why I say that, boom. You got the young bulls that's going after trying to be up there, right? And I looked at it to where it was like, with all these cats coming out of the whoop of DJ, everybody can buy a laptop, become a DJ. How is it that these guys getting all these gigs, you know? And I come to find out is the connections that they have at their time. You know, right now they're DJing, right? Well, they from high school, they're in college, they're DJing, right? I came on the scene a little after high school, right? And with that kind of threw it off. I wasn't doing no college events. I wasn't doing no high school events. I was doing club off the rip. Now, what made my transition to be a little backwards, I was all over the place. My network wasn't growing because I'm not here and there. I'm everywhere. But I'm everywhere most adults will be at already. So I already had my foot in the door doing clubs at a young age because I was already in tap with the people that put me on or taught me how to DJ. So me rolling with them gave me the opportunity to know what was club ready. I got with other people to know what was radio, what was underground, what was mainstream. So I knew the difference of, I know how to play music, right? But it also goes with like your crowd, knowing the crowd, knowing what venues you're gonna play for. You know, all that builds up character as a DJ.
You think Flex is overrated?
I feel like people make him to be overrated by talking about him or bigging him up in scenes or even downgrading him in scenes where it's just too much. The reason why I say that because again, there's a billion types of Flexes, right? It's a billion, versions of him in the sense of like this dude is on the radio, got artists that could come up, do freestyles, or they could do interviews. Same, rah-rah energy or not, but they doing the same work. Not knocking them. But what I'm stating is the fact that there's a million of them as well as a millions of me's. Everybody got a system or a controller or a laptop. Everybody has a mic. Everybody has, the time to, want to play for these events. But what makes you different than me? How I play music, how I able to carry myself with these events. Because if you see kids and you still play songs with curses on it, should you be booked for the next event? I'm just stating because at the end of the day, now you only club ready versus you're radio ready.
You do you see yourself on the radio?
It's a flip coin to that because I've done radio, underground radio for so long. And at my time of being a DJ, that it gave me the sense of like, do I want to do it again? Do I, gave me that flip coin. And the reason why I chose not to do it, or is in a rush to do it, is because of my timing, my schedule, and the things I got opening up for me. That radio is not really like a thing for me.
Okay, I feel you. So the next question, how part of hip hop, right? You got the 5 elements, you got the artist, and all of that. Who was some of those guys that, or who was the people that inspired you to DJ?
So, and I know where this question is going.
And your top. We're gonna go with 3. We're gonna go with 3. Your top 3 DJs. Nah. Get 3. No, take 3. No, 3. 3.
A little unfair. All right, 3. I love that number. So 3. I gotta say Kool Herc. Number 1. And if I don't say Kool Herc, I'd be kind of like messing over myself. Why I say that? Because growing up for me, again, I watched a lot of movies, a lot of old school movies where they always about entertaining. And watching Beat Street was the wow of my. That's why I was kind of mad that we couldn't do top 5 of movies because I would have definitely added Beat Street.
I gotta cut it down, man. Chop.
Me adding the Warrior is supposed to give you some type of like key factor. Like I know my movies, right? So Beat Street was another time frame movie that gave me the eye to like maybe playing music might be your thing. Because growing up in Brownsville in the P's, we had them record players. I had Criss Cross jump on a record. Could have had a sign, but they wasn't around at the time. But still, that's to be one of my records.
Criss Cross beef. You still got Criss Cross beef.
I'm just stating, yo. You know what's so crazy? They could always be at Beat Street, downtown Brooklyn.
Yeah, facts though.
Yo, and it's so crazy because I used to my mom used to always take me to the doctors down there, right off of Court Street. So we used to always walk through J Street, the whole strip, and we always used to see flyers with Criss Cross always on Beat Street. Now this is a little record shop. Not saying look little anymore because they gone, but the sense of they are so heavy in the streets.
Yeah.
big up to the original owners, staff. That's if y'all still alive. You know,
If
peace
they
and
still
blessings. Because that COVID knocked a lot of people out. I don't know who's still around.
Yeah.
But still,
So you
that-
got Cool Herc. Who else?
Cool Hurt was a main. Not gonna lie, big ups to Mr. C. I listened to the old school at noon. Faithfully growing up. Who else? Last. Oh, I must say my only reggae guy, Massive B, the only sound. Because
Massive B.
when they came on Hot 97, no lie, I used to record their sets, and that was at the time for me when I was dancing. So I always trying to keep up on like the latest dancehall music to like the trend of songs that was going on, and like they kind of helped mold me to become the selector exclusive that I am today. In a sense where if I do play for the islands, my sounds. Big up the Striker One sound, by the way. That's what I'm labeled, selector exclusive.
Excuse me once again. That is the third one. That's 3 per show. I'm getting better. I promise you. I'm getting better at this. So it was the intro, right? I didn't Striker One sounds. You know what I mean? Easy selector. Yo, big up your sound mates, man.
Of course, I give it up to my MC, my right hand goon, Ace Coon Boom, Nico Striker, right now in Trinidad. Big up to Robbie. Big up to Batter Snipes. Big ups to Fox, of course, Sly Fox. Can't forget about you, General. Zach, can't forget about him. The whole team, you know, team in London. We got a team out in Jamaica. We got a team out in Trinidad. We got a team out. Well, we're the Brooklyn team, so right now we so active. It kind of sucks that we always divided, but you know, then United States team, we always around. You know,
You're always doing your thing, man. As I see you go work, right? You do your power thing. You working with the students and stuff like that. We have countless discussions about that off air about how you deal with it and things like that. And being a paraprofessional now, you know what I mean? How has that experience helped you with dealing with people?
so taking it back as being a DJ helped me to become a para because I look at it one as I deal with people regardless. I'm a people person, right? Before I was a DJ, I used to work, you know, retail stores because of my fashion trend, right? So in the sense of like me dealing with people, I always had that connection. Kids are people too. Sometimes they misguided. Sometimes they have these.
Yeah, like my son earlier, Wildin'.
I mean, right
he
now
wasn't
he's
really
a kid.
wild.
He
Yeah, he
want to
chilling.
have his fun.
Yeah.
You know. But when it comes to school, it got to be some guidelines. It got to be some structure because we are right now at this cusp of living is like downfall. We had a downfall right about now. The way of living is so like, especially in America, is so like ugh. Like I seen shows where they look at us as just a horrible country, right? Because of the violence, because of this, because of that, and me being a people person, I love to communicate with us folks, us blacks, us brown, Latino, Asians. Like I talk to any and everybody who has common sense questions to common sense answers, you know, because at the end of the day, my day may not be perfect. So if I come to you and ask you a question, I'm expecting a cool, calm, collective answer. You know, the rah-rah is what gets me. And I'm not the type for that. We all can be at that timing, but so we have to be at that timing every day. Fourth, me becoming a para is the open door that I set to myself. If I work with kids who have problems understanding or learning, right? Not only I'm kind of helping myself, bettering myself, I'm understanding my people. I'm understanding my craft of knowing my crowds of the different type of people that's going to grow up, become party goers.
Yeah, so it helps you DJ even more better.
Right, of course.
Of course. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. When you're able to bring those two together, it's a beautiful thing, right? It's one of the best things that I think that what we do with our craft, like our first loves in a sense, when we're able to bring that together and we say, oh, this works with our professional life, you know what I mean? Or this works with this other part of my life that I deal with too. And that's really special. So, you know what I mean? Shout outs to all the entrepreneurs out there that do that. Shout outs to all the people out there that's making that thing happen, making it work for you. You know what I mean? The best way possible, because I know that there's a lot of people that's in this like corporate structure and they wish they could do this, and there's a lot of people that aren't in that structure lifestyle where they, you know what I mean, they're fighting to maintain being stable with their finances or whatever the case may be, man. Art School is rooting for you on both spectrums, you know what I mean? Like I said, this is your boy, MightyMath, you know what I mean? I've been talking to my man's exclusive, DJ exclusive of Striker One Sounds, entrepreneur, hustler, a professional, community activist, paraprofessional, you know what I mean? To my son known as Unc, you know what I mean? Uncle exclusive and shit like that, you know. We've had a wonderful sit down so far talking about, you know what I mean, your upbringings and where you coming from and how that's working for you. And, you know, part of Art School is to introduce every faction of a university of creators in some sense, and that stems from hip-hop in some sense, because I can't really tell you what my culture all the way is, because it's mixed with so many different things, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are an American DJ that loves reggae music, and your sound mates are, you know what I mean? So I appreciate that, you know.
One thing about me that a lot of people don't know is I'm American also, right?
Here you go. Come through, my boy. Come on.
Let me clear the air.
Come,
so I'm American also, right? And my roots, both of my parents are American. But we have family members that's from the islands that, you know, I can't visit or see from time to time, right? My friends and family share a lot of, or not saying share, but I took a lot of input from my friends and my family who are from the islands, and it kind of built my character to be the person I am.
It's a lot nice.
Also using my parents, you know, structures and teachings to be, you know, my own self. It also opened up doors again for me to become a parent, because what I realized that what's going on back then is not going on now. And it goes from like the structures and teachings that parents used to do to even like outsiders, neighbors used to help out with you, with your kid, without taking or, you know, degrading you as a parent. Now it's like nobody cares, or everybody's blind to the situation now.
Yeah, that shit is weird.
So,
I mean, excuse my French, but that's weird to me. And I appreciate you as a man being a part of the community, being part of my community, and helping my son out as well. You know what I mean? Shout outs to Tyson too, man. You know what I mean? We out here. Yo, it's another episode, Sunday the 25th, 2022. Season 2, episode 2. Yo, shout outs to my man James Bourne out here really helping people out, not only with the artistry, but if you're trying to get your credit fixed and things like that, and you know what I mean, you trying to look for ways that you could become a better individual out here, yo, come holla at him, man. James Bourne LLC is for real. It works, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually working with him right now. I'm fixing that up, like, I want to be a better individual. I want to make sure that I'm taking care of my business, you know what I mean? And just doing the best at this time, because we're all going through some type of time. So, man, shout outs to you in the background, you know what I'm saying? Yo, question, right? When you think about the time that we living in, you know, what keeps you alive?
What keeps me alive is my family, right? And the reason why I say that, because I take in so many families. My families that I'm part of push me. So without them, my motivation would be dead. Again, yes, I'm a Brown member. I'm a B&Me member. Hard Deck associate.
Look.
You know.
It's a quarter.
And when I say associate, because not only that, these are my friends. I work for them. Like I'm like, if not the main, I'm the main DJ. You get what I'm saying? So my family is what keeps me alive. You know, forget about the money. Let's keep it like spiritually, right? Now, again, me being adopted within so many families, like you gotta also understand, like you gotta have those backgrounds of people who gonna help you spiritually, that want to keep you to afloat versus always want to see you down. So, I big shout outs to St. Paul's Church. There was a lot of churches that kind of put their hands on me, that gave me the spirit to keep myself going. But St. Paul's was one of those churches that got my whole family in my house to be more spiritually inclined. So I want to give a big shout out to them also.
Yo, that's crazy, because you're the first person I ever heard in my life big up their church. I swear, I've been to
tell you truth, not to cut you. I've been to Hezekiah's church right there on Bradford and in the east.
Yeah.
And he touched me too. When we talked, where we had these conversations where he told me what it is. He told me that the idea is not only designed for you, it's designed for anybody that wants to come after you, because you're here now. My parents were the ones who got me here, right? So they design was not for them, it's for me. Now I'm here, I'm grown, it's not for me anymore. For my niece, my nephews, my future kids.
Oh, what's up to Maya and Troy? What it do? You know what I'm saying?
Big
Yo,
shout out to y'all too.
yeah, that's love.
And Jalil, we see you too.
Jalil Beats, holla at me. No, shout outs to the fam. You know what I mean? So, I think about what you're accomplishing and things like that, and what's in store. Before we end this next episode, I just want to say to Sue Surf, right? When you're doing an interview or you're doing because I watched battle rap, bro, and I was so pissed when I seen this. I was thinking about this when Mello was eating the chips. I said to myself, yo, of course my gluttony will get me to grab this chip and eat it on camera and stuff like that. And I thought how rude and disrespectful that was, because he had on all his jewelry and he had a helmet length shirt on and he had a nice pair of Mary jeans and all this, and he's wiping the grease off from his chips on his jeans. Disgusting. And I'm just saying, with all this ice and glamour, it still shows how dirty you are. So stop it, all right? When we out here and we doing these interviews, as I become a professional, we know not to chew gum and things like that. I'm watching him as he's eating Lay's chips. He got all this ice on and he's wiping it down on a Helmet Lang hoodie that probably cost $8 or whatever. And it's just like your etiquette. But there was one of those moments again, right? Art school happens and things like that. Yo, I tweeted this too. So, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even see it because it's on a burner account. It don't really matter. But whatever is the case, right? Any inspiring words for those, like you said, in the future, and what's to come for DJ Exclusive as we continue on in 2023 and so forth?
Well, inspiring words is always to keep pushing, right? Keep pushing, stay positive. Why? Because in this day and age, you never know what can happen. But you gotta take the good with the bad. So stay positive as always and keep pushing, right? Don't let nobody hold you back. Future endeavors, right? The more parties you can find either on my social, or you can hit me up if you have my math.
Where they at? Where they can find you at, man? So
my Instagram is striker1_DJ Exclusive with a 3_HD. And it's simple, right? You can look up, Google me now. I'm kind of that guy now. You can Google me. And even so, being Googled, you can still find events that if I do post up, you could always come out to. Future events though, I'm trying my hardest, right? to put forth a big event for my block. Again, next year. I do my block parties every year, right? Yesterday was our 10th year. And even so, that was kind of a rushed event. I'm happy that people came out and support. Because with all that's been going on for these past 2 years, we was like inches away not having nothing. Like forget about it. It's finito.
And you made it come through, and it was plates and all that. I went home with 3 plates. I appreciate you, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
Again, shout out to everybody and everybody that came on, had a good time, ate good food, had good drinks, whatever the case may be, you enjoyed yourself.
Facts.
That's the main thing about block parties. You're supposed to enjoy yourself.
That's it.
You know, and why is it a big deal for me? Because this is one of the things that was groomed living in East New York, right? We never had one in Brownsville, right? Even though Brownsville has the old timers day, there's no block party. You know what I'm saying? Like a block party. First thing first, there's no, like, I've been to a lot of block parties, especially now. And one thing I'm really pissed off when they have 2 sound systems.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's the, like, what we having, a sound clash or what we having?
Well, you know, that's where the sound classes started, on the block.
But we don't need to, though.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Necessary. First thing first, as a block representative, block president of my neighborhood, for my block, we're not going through that. We're all going to have to talk. If you want another sound system on the block, that's cool. But let me know. We can arrange that. Because none of that is unnecessary. Second, right? I love to see, like, the amount of people that come out and support, like, my neighbors. Like, they really put their effort to make sure we still have one. Even so, like, they have their kids' birthday celebrating, or, you know, somebody just graduated college or whatever the case may be. Like, if you come outside to, you know, even cook a hot dog for yourself, that's enough support that we see. Okay, bet there's a neighbor on this block. They're aware of a block party. They ain't calling the cops on it to shut it down. That's all that matters to me.
Ooh! Shout out to Wise for not sponsoring us, but we gonna promote y'all stuff. Yo, if you want the new version of Rap Snacks, get up with us. You heard? Art School, we here for the people. Shout outs to DJ Exclusive, my mans. You know what I mean? Shout outs to James Bond LLC. Shout outs to my son for making it hot today.
Let me give up one shout out before you do go to the transition next question.
Oh no, I was giving you
big shout outs to my big homie Chris Cross. That was one of the gunners that taught me how to DJ. You know, without that guy, you know, a lot of things wouldn't have happened for me, because again, this is how I was able to get into the clubs. That's the reason why I'm into the spots I'm in, because of that guy right there. Shout out to you, big bro.
Yo, shout outs to Big Man Chris Cross. Wagwan. Yo, God is the greatest. Another episode of Art School. As I turn on my phone, right, I'm gonna continue on bumping that Larry. You know what I mean? That's my guy right there. The music is right. Yo, it's a new season, baby, and I'm back, and I'm super thankful. You know what I'm saying? I can't even like really put it into words. I'm just thankful that I'm able to do this again. You know what I mean? Yo, bring back block parties. And another thing, real quick, right? We ain't play no Eminem at that block party. The reason why I think Eminem is trash.
This guy has
no Eminem was played through no block parties this whole summer. He gets no burn. Eminem is trash. I don't care what anybody say. This is what our school is about too. It's about just stating stuff. You know what I'm saying? So as we continue on and give you what you need. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you ain't play that. He wanted everybody to play his mix. His mix was a straight reggae fire mix. It was fire. It was hot. It was dope, right? There's no Eminem on there. And everybody want to put Eminem in their top 3 lists or whatever. He don't get no burn out here. Yo,
no 8 Mile could have made a top 10 on my movie list.
Yo, we out of here. Another episode of Art School. You know what I mean? Fresh orange juice and chips. You know what I'm saying? Player shit. Yo, God is the greatest. We out of here, man. You heard? Bless.
to make sure your shit real. Me, she already know I'm up. It is what it is. I kick that shit that I